When you think of flagship luxury sedans, the first thing that comes to mind is a Mercedes-Benz. This is a 2023 S500 4Matic in diamond white. It's going to have a little bit of an understated look, but don't think that about the performance that's underneath this, because this has over 400 horsepower housed underneath this, the 3 chrome bars surrounding with chrome, and the 3-point star that's sitting on top of the long, elegant hood. Aerodynamics, they're going to have some on the side curtains with the gloss black. We have the AMG Night Package, which gives the front splitters and fins that gloss black. The side sill panels, the window trim, side view mirror, rear apron, all in the high gloss. AMG Nightline, AMG Line, AMG wheels, and sport body styling for the front and the rear bumper, side skirts, stainless steel sport pedals with the rubber studs, and AMG floor mats. Multi-beam LED headlamps and daytime runnings. Optioning a BMW can get Swarovski crystal daytime runnings, which I kind of wish they did that with the Benz because it is a bit understated, but it would give that plush look to the front fascia. Rear wheel steering at a 10-degree when you option the smaller wheel. Here we have the upgraded 21-inch V-spoke AMG wheels, which will give us a 4.5-degree turning radius for the rear. The speed's around 37 miles per hour. Adaptive self-leveling 4-wheel multi-link with airmatic suspension. It is about 1.5 inches longer than the prior gen and 2 inches longer in wheelbase. New door handles that were implemented, these are deployable with the Mercedes-Benz badging and the chrome that goes over the tips. They will close in seamlessly to help with aerodynamics and a styling cue similar to Tesla, and a lot of the automotive industry is doing this. And Mercedes backs the performance with a 3.0-liter inline 6-cylinder turbocharged with EQ boost, producing 429 horsepower and 384 pound-feet of torque. That's going to be paired to a 9 G-tronic automatic transmission, achieving 20 mpgs for the city and 28 mpgs for the highway, and a 0 to 60 even with this tank is at 4.9 seconds.
What is an EQ boost?
The EQ boost is a 48-volt lithium-ion battery pack. It's a starter generator that produces 21 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. This is going to help reduce weight and emphasize packaging underneath the hood to give more space. But the best thing about these vehicles is how quick the cargo opens, especially when you have kids that are excited from soccer practice. Show them how quick this power liftgate goes into to nearly 14 cubic feet of storage with some hangers for bags, storage nook, and you can tighten this up for any bottles. 12 volt is tucked behind it with a carved out area for some storage, LED interior lighting. Underneath the floor, we get a little bit more storage with a pass-through for the rear bench. This is the inline 6 turbocharged. Let's go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. Going inside the S-Class, which is one of the most luxurious vehicles in its class, starting with 41.2 inches of headroom, 41.7 inches of legroom, leather-wrapped seating, perforated, heated, ventilated, massage, kinetics, multi-functionality, memory for both the passenger and driver with the headrest pillow cushions. Wood decor is going to be underneath the MB Tech dashboard. Center air vents will get 4, and you'll get a bi-spoke setup on both sides. I like how they integrated to turn or keep automatic for your lights on the door panel, so it just makes it more wide in the interior because everything fits flush. 12.80 LED touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, streaming Bluetooth audio, ambient lighting in the interior. You have 64 different color combinations. Dash cam, so you do not have to buy one of those. With BMW and Mercedes, they already take care of that. Dynamic modes start with Eco, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and Individual, which you can tailor to your own liking for the suspension, the steering response, the drive, to make it as dynamic as you like. Put it into reverse, 360-degree reverse camera, full trajectory for the front and the rear. Multiple camera icons. Also the 3D view, which you can slide around to see any imperfections around the vehicle. And you can do it at a higher view. Dual climate control settings, the finger ID, the gloss black wood goes with the ambient lighting that's going to surround it, opening into a wireless charging pad, a storage pocket here that I have the key fob for the S500, 2 USB-C ports, going to be more sport and soft mixture, open up to a deep storage pocket with 2 more USB-C ports, leather and wood heated wrapped 3-spoke steering wheel, multi-function with the paddle shifters, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, 12.3 digital gauge cluster that can be tailored in different styles, and fully reconfigurable. The door panels get soft materials all over with the wood accents. One touch up and down for all of the windows, and I like the grab handle because it's very seamless. Door pocket, you can fit a smaller umbrella with a 2 moonroof setup. That's a slide of a finger. For the back seat, 41.8 inches of headroom, 43.8 inches of legroom. It's huge, it's almost the size of an SUV in the back. Storage pocket with 2 USB-C ports, a large area for a tablet, cup holders and pin holders. Air vents in the center with another storage nook, open up to another 2 USB-C port storage behind both of the front seats. The door panel has all the mechanics you need, which means everything for all of the sunshades. It's going to have all that soft materials as the front, entering into the back, one touch up and down for all the windows with the ambient lighting, and a storage pocket that's about a medium size that you can fit a couple of bottles. This is definitely a great alternative to an SUV. Headroom in the center is still absolutely no issue of 6'3". Leg space, the same thing. I will be sharing feet, butt, and shoulder space. The rails are pushed up more than enough just because the floor isn't completely flat. This has a ton of room for 3 occupants in the back. One of the most smooth vehicles out. For a flagship vehicle, 429 horsepower to complement it with 384 pound-feet of torque. It is an inline 6-cylinder turbocharged with the 48-volt mild hybrid technology, or EQ boost, which is an amazing system because everything, like I was saying, on the exterior, you're going to see the dynamics now in the drive. What I mean by that is we're going to slow down just a touch. We got it in Sport Plus also, so that way we're taken care of. We're going to show you now. Look at this. It just takes off. The sound deadening is so quiet, you hear nothing on the exterior. You do hear a little bit of the exhaust note, which I wish that filtered in just a touch more, and you don't feel anything with these enlarged wheels. It does feel wide and it does feel long. I'm not going to be really looking back, especially with a price point that's over $110,000. Probably going to have a chauffeur and use these cushion that's for the headrest in the back seat. But if I am driving, I'm going to give her a little go here and there and enjoy the S-Class. That's going to take me to some things I like and dislike, and starting off with is what I like about the vehicle. It is by far the most quiet vehicle in class. Quieter than the all-new 7 Series, quieter than Audi, and you have performance to back it under 5 seconds 0 to 60. So if you need to get onto the interstate because you're going that way, you can do so. And you have the maneuverability. The next thing that I like, it's basically an SUV and a sedan, and I'm getting optimal MPGs, over 20 and 28 MPGs for the highway. That's a lot better than an SUV. And with this drive, I don't need to sit up 8 inches of ground clearance. I'm going to be lower to the ground, but I have Airmatic, which is air suspension, 4-wheel independent suspension. The last thing that I like is it's a mixture of sporty and luxury, which you're not going to get that in a lot of classes. The things that I dislike about the vehicle, when you push the gas pedal, it does have a little bit of weight to the front. In the way the dynamics is, it's not a perfect 50-50 weight distribution, so it's going to be a little bit heavier. You expect it because it's also a little bit longer. The next thing that I dislike about the vehicle is the air vents on the sides. You can't position them low enough. So it's going to hit more of the top part of your arm than the lower part. And when you're in the state of Florida, you kind of want the air to go lower because it's going to raise upwards. Taking me to the third thing that I dislike is when you option the larger wheels, which make this look a lot more athletic, you lose dynamics in the 4-wheel steering. So the rear axle will only do 4.5 degrees instead of 10 degrees. But with stop and go traffic, you need to do some maneuverability. Even though it's a tank, you got it in the dynamics. It's definitely an everyday drive vehicle. Luxury that's all over you, more amenities than anyone would need. And more than likely, you're not going to use all the amenities at once. Yeah, I definitely use the massage seats and the ventilated seats. Those is a number one thing that should be standard on every luxury vehicle. I'm happy to see that they have 8,000 different ways of massage seats with Mercedes because it goes above and beyond. This is a staple to the luxury line. You don't think Audi and BMW first. Mercedes has really sold the title for luxury above them. Even though in some categories, I like the styling of the BMW better, like the Swarovski crystals for the headlamp assembly. In the interior, they do the crystals that go through the dash and on the door panels, the one glass for the touchscreen and the infotainment. Here it's a 2-screen setup, but I do like how it just rolls into the cup holders. So it looks like it's a portrait coming out. Some things I would clean up is this 2-button panel, because the dynamics, the camera, and for your function is all one panel, in which if you don't click exactly those buttons, it may not click into it, which means I have to look off the road into the screen to see what I'm doing. Just clean it up a little bit. Mercedes and BMW are known to just give you way too many functions. Navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, these are basically standard things that everyone is going to use on a daily basis. Turn radius at more or less a stop point. Remember, we got rear wheel steering, about 2 and a part lane. It's just a very enjoyable vehicle. I'd like to thank Mercedes-Benz of Clearwater for giving us this 2023 Mercedes-Benz S500 4Matic for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video and the subscribe button. Check out the merchandise website, Instagram, leave a comment and a like.